think Astralis is going to take the first map.
I have a feeling the same is going to happen, but I look forward to a good one, Trace.
And it is always good to say the Evil Genius's name in the server, especially in a grand final, especially in a best of 5, and especially on map 1. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. It's time to get this underway with Henry G and the Machine.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for this one. It's a good old-fashioned Brooklyn brawl. Please join me in the excitement as we attempt to blow the roof off the Barclays Center for one final time! Let's get it on, Evil Genius and CT side. Astralis to display the magnitude of their synergy on the terrorist forces. We're getting into it. We're going to see a plethora of utility purchases here. 2 smokes, Molotov, flashbangs available, and we'll have Evil Geniuses. They're looking to get aggressive here, Alex. We've got so many players pushing down middle.
Here we go. Stans made the call to go aggressive early, trying to bring the fight to Astralis. It's something they've been doing all the time to get them to this grand final, throwing aggression early, and now EG a taste of their own medicine. Straight to Astralis, they bring the fight, they bring the brawl, and Suggs found the head of Dupree to start things off. Banana, Device is being flanked from behind, Stan can't find the shots, he connects. Just Glaive and Zipnik still shell-shocked from what's just been thrown at them.
I love this from Evil Geniuses. They're throwing everything they've got in the first round, but Glaive does pull one back here. A 3 versus 2, they're making it work as Stanislaw sweeps them away there. They're not scared here at all. That's Evil Geniuses showing their intent in the very first round. Aggressive. Astralis didn't see it coming, and there's a great backstab. And Stanislaw to finish things off with 3 frags in total. Wonderful work.
They straight up have walked onto this stage, taken off their glove and slapped Astralis across the face with it. An old-fashioned duel about to go down here in Brooklyn. Round 2 then, it does look like Astralis will respect the fact they've conceded. No bomb plant. We've seen a lot, of course, a shift in the meta when the bomb goes down, despite the loss. Not the case this time. It was such a fast approach from EG. There was no even consideration of a bomb plant, but this one should be a formality. We talked about it before, Hank. The SMG buy, does Inferno shift your feelings about it?
On Inferno, it's more welcomed, I would say. There's a lot more tighter choke points and crossfires and crevices you can tuck yourself into. It's more viable, but still going to be problematic going up against the AKs, of course. There is 1 kill there for the Astralis side, and you're not necessarily going to win this round, but if you can do as much damage as you possibly can, the AKs come out next. You want to try and take as many scouts as you can. There is a chance to win it. They're making things problematic here, but Ethan, he should be able to shut everything down here. There's the bomb. He secures it, and that should be round going in favor of Evil Geniuses here. Glaive and Mages do have MP9s, however, but 1 flashbang, no armor. It's going to be very difficult to make this one work.
Evil Geniuses, it's off to the start they needed. Undefeated under the EG banner. FaZe, Astralis, and G2 couldn't take a map from them to get them to the final.
Oh my.
And hang on a second, Magisk, alongside Glaive, he's under retrieval for the bomb at this point, 40 seconds. They don't have to move a muscle. The fight has to be brought to them. It's the Danes, they regroup. Magisk and Glaive gonna hold hands on this assault. Fight given, presented, Ethan converts. Magisk is too low to really have an impact here, surely.
It comes down to the timings here, Alex. I think they're aware of his position. 23 seconds, they just can't do much about it. If you ask me, though, that's a win for Astralis. They're bringing out AKs next round. They farmed a lot of cash for those SMG pickups as well. Finding kills there, they could have everything they possibly need. Evil Genius is not going to be the case at all. They had 5 SMGs there, and they're going to have to do what they can to even have a substantial amount of firepower. Famus's MP9s, but there is the AWP that's given to Cirque. He's going to have to go absolutely massive here. He needs an opening pick. They're going to have to try and make that work at the very start of the round, just to show their intent. As we enter into it, Astralis will have 2 Kriegs, 3 AK-47s, smokes are deployed at the start of the round here, and aggression from the CT side, trying to make these SMGs work. Who will get first blood? It's going to be Device, but a quick trade from Ethan.
So 4-4, dust will settle. Magisk, he took a boatload of damage as well. He's going to be operating with just 9 HP. Going to make the best of his utility. He certainly won't be the first one in. They start to flash and regain banana control, and no resistance presented by the Evil Geniuses just yet. Methodical approach. It's what you can expect from Astralis throughout this T side. There is so much beauty in the way they will maneuver around this map. Poke, prod, look like they're committing. Regardless of the time, even 20, 15 seconds, we'll see them change their mind with the read coming out from Glaive and the players themselves. Lining something up now with actually the last of their utility, Henry. This likely will be a commitment.
It should be, considering they're going to have to use 2 smokes to gain access towards the A side. Breezy can detect the incoming approach from Astralis here. He sits in the corner. He needs backup desperately. He's got the M4, but tucking himself in the corner. Stanislav will strike first. Oh, it's a perfect baited switch here. 3 kills found. There's the 4th. EG are off to an absolute flyer here. That is fantastic. Astralis didn't even get the bomb down. They had that huge advantage in terms of the firepower going into that one. Sure, Cirque had the AWP, but he didn't have to use it there. That was the FAMAS and the M4 and a great crossfire. I love that communication. They're checking the pit there. Stanislav does enough to take all the aggro away from the pit, and as soon as he does, he tucks himself in, and Breezy with a big spray down.
I mean, both of those players shot players in the back. That's just a well-executed crossfire.
Perfect.
That is 101 Counter-Strike. So we are going to be seeing some deagles, and by some, I mean 5. 5 in the hands of Astralis as they try and make an impact in this one, but the impact's all Tarek. Quick aggression on Banana, keeping them honest. Won't let them have this for free. Bullets, nades, everything being thrown down the fruity corner.
Indeed. This is going to be a parched by Astralis. The Device and Dupree with armor. Glade's got absolutely nothing now. Cirque makes light work of him with the AWP. 5 versus 3. Device and Zipex have been tagged up substantially here. And Cirque, he has been absolute beast this tournament as he continues to apply pressure here. It's a clean sweep by the looks of things for Evil Geniuses. Device, Desert Eagle in towards the T-steps, and Ethan looking to farm some cash here. They are looking deadly right now on the CT side.
Something stood out to me. Jordan, nothing. He was talking on the desk and he said there's something to do with the wasteland calls.
Yes.
It's about consistency. Whether it's an online match or the grand finals of ESL One New York, it feels the same, at least in the atmosphere, in the calling, and I think that's something that previously perhaps wasn't present for the Evil Geniuses. I'm intrigued to see if, you know, they keep this up. This is how they've been playing whole tournament long. It's loose, it's well structured, but it does look like they're freedom.
Well, if they're fragging like the way they are, they're one of the most mechanically gifted teams in the entire world. I would say pound for pound in terms of individual skill, they're higher than Astralis. It's the teamwork of Astralis that's so good, the strategies. If you don't let them deploy any of those strats, if you're getting stuck in their faces and fragging out, it's very difficult to overcome that, especially on the big stage. A couple of kills coming in out of nowhere. It's Cirque opening things up towards the T-steps. Tarek finds Device.
They boosted. It must have been a boost. The mid is smoked. Cirque boosted over the smoke to find a first frag onto Zipex, and now looking to punish is Glaive. He's been doing this all tournament long. He's given the space. He starts his walks. Inferno is not a map where it will particularly work out well for him, certainly not when Cirque's trained on his location restraint. Doesn't take the shot until he can confirm it, and now 1 bullet fired and 1 body dropped. Astralis operating with 2.
Astralis off to the nightmare start here, but they're very used to this. Dupree said in many interviews, they're used to a rough start in almost every single map of Counter-Strike they play. It's the tenacity of this team that stands out. They always seem to overcome the adversity they find themselves in, especially in grand finals. We'll see what they can do here as they find themselves in a 5 versus 2. Dupree and Mages just looking to cause some sort of a dent here.
It's the Evil Geniuses versus the Danish Masterminds, and for the moment, it does seem like Genius works out wonderfully. 5-0, yet to see Astralis off the start.
Clean sweep as well. Not a single player going down there. The money's going to start swelling out of control. It's the first tactical timeout now for the Danes, and much needed, I would say. They haven't really got close to picking a round up yet. So boosted on towards the pallets there. Cirque finding that first kill, repositions to more defensive spot, patrolling towards the arch side. Glaive going for a peek. He had to try and do something there, and down he goes. The money sat at about $3,400. They're a maximum loss bonus at this stage. Without any plants really happening, though, there hasn't been any sort of clutch scenario. There hasn't been an opportunity to win out a round.
Really.
EG just keep on checking every single position with aggression and pure proficiency with the aim as well.
They're bringing an AK and a Krieg into this 6th round on their CT side. Those weapons, if you can keep hold of them, are going to really start to hurt.
Absolutely.
Putting it in Breezy's hands, Stan's got his signature Krieg as well, a weapon he's very comfortable with, and up against them it will be an intriguing buy. Something that, Henry, you've seen a lot from Astralis. It's nades and pistols.
Absolutely. You've got Dupree on your side, considered one of the best Desert Eagle users in the world. They can always be very, very scary with this particular weapon, but that's if Evil Geniuses give them a chance. Now, after the tactical timeout, you know some adjustments coming. This is where you probably want to throttle things a little bit. You want to kind of slow things down, and we'll see if that's the case. I don't see any crazy aggression here from EG, so just maybe detecting the fact that Astralis will hold up in a more defensive formation. It's going to be a much quieter start here. We've got 5 Deagles, armor as well, a partial buy, looking to get the bomb down if possible. Certainly capable of winning these sort of rounds, but the way EG have presented themselves right now, it looks like they're absolutely fine. In terms of the AWP position, that's going to be towards Library, so that's held by itself. No problem there whatsoever. The bomb's all the way back in T-spawn, so I don't think we'll be seeing anything in terms of full commitment in the next 30 seconds or so.
Hoping Evil Geniuses step a toe out of line. Starting to gather their forces. Zipex, you can see, yet to find a frag here in round 6. First map of our best of 5 grand finals live from New York. 3 players to receive. Breezy Pit, stand on that balcony. Dupree, he's going to be that first contact should he swing. They're going to get contact on short first. Dupree to arrive late. And it's perfect start. They didn't check it. Stan, all the bags presenting it. He can get more than one hit, but no, caught off. Didn't have chance to get his boots on the ground, and now his body's buried. Dupree, the one to pick up the shovel. Just 3 remain then for Evil Geniuses. This could be a little too tall of an order.
I think it might be. We'll have a look as to whether they want to go for it. They've got the MP9 in the hands of Ethan. He's towards the quad right now. But it's going to be up to Cirque to try and find the first incision on this retake. I feel like they're going to fall back at this stage. And Astralis put their first round on the board with Desert Eagles across the board there. And it's going to be smoke, flashbang execution, and some wonderful headshots coming through. It's Mages, Glaive, and Dupree, of course, to find the kills required. And Astralis now into the game. And it will be Ethan to save the AWP and Tarek with the M4A1S.
With just Eagles, no less. Nades
Absolutely.
as well. Magis getting that lovely pick on Pit. We'll be seeing a whole lot more from Magisk in Pit when we get to that second half.
Oh, Tarek just went down. He going down with a blast. I don't think he realized how close he was. He had the M4 in hand towards the apartments. The C4 got him. He still has $8,000, but still every weapon you can save, even though you've got a great amount of cash, is always going to have a knock-on effect. That's a classic angle for him on the CT side. Finds himself there on the T forces. And we've got a technical pause there, a chance to catch our breath from the action we've seen so far. So that's Astralis taking the tactical timeout, realizing they're up against absolute stunning aggression from EG, which has worked out very well for them. They slowed it right down.
They found the solution.
Yeah, exactly. And then once they got some basic mid-control, execution with decent flashbang, you can see Tarek trying to play up to the crowd here. He's got to use every asset available to him. New York born and bred, playing on home soil here. It's a great start for EG. They're 5-1 up. You can see the crowd getting behind them here. It's a great atmosphere.
Whew, that makes the hairs on my arm stand on end, Henry.
So there definitely will be a buy here for EG, even after Tarek went down with the C4. Cirque has the AWP. He's on 5-3 right now. There are plenty of options for CT Orpers to really have an explosive start to each and every round. They can be dynamic. You'll see the best Orpers, the likes of Device and Cirque. They'll be in a different position every single time. They can go towards Banana, middle, apartment, second mid, and try and open things up. And it's difficult to predict where they're going. That's what makes them such an enigmatic prospect on the server. Double Orb set up for the first time for EG. They're going to be mixing things up themselves after losing to Deagles. It'll be Tarek with the secondary Orb. And remember, EG have already taken down Astralis on Inferno in this tournament. They are undefeated so far.
Not dropped a single map on their road to this grand finals. See if they can keep that record untarnished. Conceding around. Let's see if Astralis can string 2 together. So going to be dissuaded by the flame thrown towards apartments. 3-2 split for the CTs at this point in time. Deep smoke on Banana will force the retake flashes to be thrown. It's Device to flashing Glaive. Grey screen and tucked in. There won't be initial resistance now. A reminder, double orbs in play, which means the B site will be held slightly more passively. Tarek with the initial contact. Cirque's set up towards middle.
This will be the B execution. First time we've seen it. 5 players over. Astralis known for their tactical prowess. What kind of execution have they got in store? Molotovs all over the site, no doubt, but we have got Mages setting up at HEs towards spawn.
Tarek, he's going to catch it. It's okay, no second nade thrown as well, so he's just going to be finding the frag and falling off. Good spray from Ethan, doesn't quite connect on Device. Now the site is theirs, looking for the boost. Getting Tarek up, the orb's not great for that position already. Zipex catching Cirque, and another one for Astralis. Device through the smoke. They're scattered. No real hope, and Stanny can't even get through. The suppressing fire through the smoke from Device is nearly found. Another, it does! Stan's head met by lead, and now just Breezy. He's not going to have a single thought about going for this one. He'll be keeping hold of his rifle for the next.
Yeah, he's going to have to as well. They can buy up into the next round, but he has to save the M4. There's no 2 ways about it. Astralis there, a default round into the B execution. Felt like they had baited out enough utility from the CT forces, and you could see how tremendous that was. Sure, Tarek got the first pick, but as soon as you know the Orcs in towards CT spawn, that smoke is going to nullify him. He has to fall back straight away, and Ethan isolated that point. And the problem was Ethan's play there, sure, like you said, it was a nice spray, he had good intent, but Tarek, you see him using the silenced M4. That's very important on a map like Inferno's. It's very viable for shooting through the smokes. You don't have the traces, you don't have the sounds coming through. If Ethan maybe just kept himself alive towards the ruins, he could have actually gone for a retake. He offered himself up with a full commitment there with the noisy M4A4, and down he goes. It's a simple kill for Astralis at that stage, and it was a pivotal one as well. That really cracked open the side for them. Just to note, Breezy does save the M4. He'll take that into round number 8. Scoreline's 5-2 overall. Still in favor of EG on the CT side of Inferno, and the first map of this best of 5. It's going to be an absolute marathon here, not a sprint.
Slow and steady wins the race. Astralis, slow and steady, one of the many words used to describe them at times. Clinical, another one. So, 2 together, they string them after the opening 5 from Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, the classic Astralis. Rough start.
Rough start.
And then start to come online in the mid stages.
And after a timeout, no less, just getting their heads screwed firmly onto their shoulders.
Especially when that sort of start comes into the first map of the best of 5 as well. They've rushed down middle, the USPs. It does set the tone for the rest of the game. It takes some time to adjust, to work out what kind of a play style they're going to be presenting towards you. We probably haven't seen that too much of that before, and it's understandable from EG. Why not cause absolute chaos at the start? Make them uncomfortable.
Why the hell not? And why the hell not see if Cirque's going to try and make good use of this spawn. He's been so brazenly willing to take the fight on middle. It's not something you necessarily see at the very top echelons of Counter-Strike, because it's often punished, but he wants that fight and tags up to 3. Fantastic start. He'll smoke them off to ensure no hunt begins, and that's a step in the right direction for round 8 here for the Evil Geniuses. Presence in apps, they're smoked off for now.
This is what you'd call the default at this stage. Baiting out grenades from the CT forces, working out whether they've got a 3-man stack towards a certain position, and more importantly, where is Cirque playing? As soon as he fires up a shot, that's your cue to really adjust and try and avoid him if possible, or at least smoke him out. Classic play here from EG, need some information, you flash over, it's for Ethan, just got to try and push in the T's towards A if possible. They should rotate a player off from that, they had 3 at the start, and indeed, Stanislav will peel off. The fact they've got control of half wall now, you do not need 3 players there. And at that point, you might even just leave 1.
Considering it, yeah, Ethan does pull out his sharp and pointy blade.
His character holds. He's got a smoke remaining. The M4 again, not the silenced one this time. He'll deploy the smoke at 35 seconds. That's a really strong smoke. That pretty much guarantees they're going to be going towards A, unless they're feeling very brave indeed. And it will be an A finish here from Astralis. 30 seconds of the clock. They still have a lot of utility. And we'll see it. Yet to be seen. They could go for a contact play here. Maybe just a flashbang off the chimney.
20 seconds, Henry. They have the support, they have the setup. It's Breezy on towards the apartment. We haven't seen too much from him already. Ethan draws blood. Glaive gone. Time, a factor. 15 seconds. Breezy holds down that squad. Close match is 1 HP. And leaves just device. He's finished off by Cirque. A solid hold, a flawless hold from the CTs.
Yo, that's so sick from Breezy, by the way. The fact he ran out of bullets on the M4, runs into the smoke, drops his weapon, gets an AK-47, kills the second with it as well. How he thinks in his speed that quickly, I couldn't tell you, but that was something quite beautiful. I hope we're going to see that one again. Look, he's got the M4 right now. He's absolutely done for. Picks up the AK-47, doesn't have to reload at that point, and he gets a second, and it's a pretty much clean sweep there from EG. What a fantastic display from Breezy, one of the most talented players in the server right now.
He's just fantastic. Straight up Hodor, just holding the door. Exactly. Doesn't matter. He is the king, does deserve to take the throne, and probably this grand final will have a better ending. 6 then to 2. Evil Geniuses bite back after Astralis' first taste of success on our first map. Breezy, Ethan, names that we will be talking about for years to come in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, absolutely. When they first exploded onto that scene with the NRG roster initially, they weren't having massive amount of success with that lineup, but those two stood out for sure. They looked incredible. Like, you could see they had so much potential behind them. And ever since this lineup has been evolving, they've been getting better as well. They've a greater understanding of the game, and their skills seem to be increasing as well, which I don't understand because it was already insane.
But if you were to make, 2 movies about the Astralis story and the experiences they've had and that of Evil Geniuses, do the Astralis want a feature-length movie. For now, Evil Geniuses, I mean, that's a well-edited short movie on Vimeo.
Absolutely.
We're not quite there yet. And I think that's something that I'm very intrigued to see how they interact. Astralis, they've been here so many times.
Yes.
If EG don't get shaken, that is going to be a huge notch on their belt for moving forward.
Well, Tarek even commented on it. The core of Astralis here, you're talking Device,
Yeah.
2-3, Zipex, they've been together since the TSM days. That's knocking the door of 4 years at this point. They had small changes. Obviously, the in-game leaders come through with Carrigan and Glaive coming in. Obviously, had KGB playing this tournament as well. That was part of the earlier Astralis lineups, but the core has remained the same, so they obviously know how each other played, right down to a T. And EG, very different story. Lots of roster changes in the last 6 months, but still, this is like the best-looking iteration of it for sure. Tarek coming in, superstar talent, major winner last year, and of course as well, Stanistor, one of the most well-respected in-game leaders in the entirety of the North American region. He really has brought this team to life.
And given his first legitimate shot at the #1 spot, he's been praised, sure, but this is the tools that you need in that toolbox in order to be able to beat, well, names like Astralis. They already have done that at this tournament, and now they're forced to do it hard mode. Best of 5 against a team with the deepest map pool in Counter-Strike. Good luck, have fun. It's going to be an intriguing one to see what happens if we do get to nitty-gritty. The Vertigo nuke finish is, nuke Vertigo for order, but that's going to be a very intriguing one should we need it. I certainly hope so.
A Vertigo 5th map in New York Barclays Center, that would be insane. Considering the games you've seen from Astralis on that map so far, that would be so hype if it came through. I'm not sure we'll go the full distance. I guess I haven't asked you yet. Which way were you leaning towards before this final started? Where did you think it was going to go?
I think I know which way the crowd wants this to go.
They can see where they wanted to go, for sure.
Yes. My logical brain tells me that it's time for Astralis to continue to make a statement. The same statement they started in Berlin, to come straight to New York and to be able to do it again. It's such a brutal way to reclaim the #1 spot. You go from relative, not obscurity, I think that would be an exaggeration, but you disappeared for a while. You come back, you lift your 4th major trophy, you go to New York and you slap down the most promising prospect in Evil Geniuses. That's Astralis just making an announcement that they are back to their very best and back to being the front runner in Counter-Strike by quite a considerable margin.
Wow, Inferno to kick things off. This is the pick of Astralis, but as we mentioned, EG have already taken them down on this very map. Speaking of which, Dust 2 after the pick of EG, another map that's taken them down here. If this could be a 2-0 start for EG, that would be insane. The 3rd map is Train. I don't think they'd be able to touch Astralis on that one, to be honest. I feel like they're too strong right now. But still, if you get a 2-0 start and your players are hitting the shots like we've seen so far, this could be one very entertaining final. The problem is, you might think you have Astralis. You could be 1 round away from doing it. It's never over until you reach round number 16, and that's the most difficult one to get against this team. They never give up. They never seem to wince at all when they're put in the face of adversity.
Okay, New York, if you complete this, the game starts again. Don't mess this up. We're back into game. ESL One New York Grand Final continues. 6-2 the scoreline, 5 in a row to start off from Evil Geniuses, rushing down middle on the pistol and then running with that, 4 off the back of it. It's time to see how another 4-buy round plays out. Cirque, the only AWP in the server for now. Is he going to continue to try and go for this fast peek towards middle? Instead, no. Patience and restraint will keep his eyes towards second middle. Tarek's taken a boatload of damage from the early Molotov. He wants to vie for that control early, but he's been doing so relatively safely. We haven't seen that an early first blood go the way of Astralis. Perhaps the correlation is actually Astralis haven't been trying to battle for that early control. A deep smoke, they usually just respect it. But that's not respectful. Glaive straight in. Oh, he's not done. Tags up Tarek. Could have been 2.
He had 49 HP as well. It looked like he was destined for the second frag, but Magus isn't slowing down at all, but he needs to be careful of Spawn. Cirque's coming in with the AWP. How is he still alive? I thought he'd be spotted for sure, but he snuck through towards second oranges here. Flashbang from Cirque to back up his teammate Tarek with the low HP. Oh, he really took a chance there, but the fact he gets a kill, absolutely justified. But it does put Cirque in a problematic position. He needs to try and buy time here for the flank coming in. I'm not sure they're expecting it so fast. Breezy with that fantastic spray control. Bit of a calling card of his. He gets the advantage for EG now. It's a 3 versus 2. Good flashbangs coming in. This kill is everything. And of course, he gets it through the smoke. Second for Breezy. And Magus has got his work cut out for him here. He's towards new box, and he has the Krieg in hand, one of his signature weapons. But speaking of which, they're stuck to seal the deal. Pick up the round. It's 7-2. Bomb planted, money still there for Astralis, but what an absolute brawl that was in the B-bomb site.
Breezy spray, you're right, you said it just now. It's It does feel like it's his move. Sure, some players have signature weapons. Breezy has a signature spray. This was the start, though. Astralis, they got a real leg up. Had Glaive converted onto Tarek, he wouldn't have been able to do that.
Tarek went so massive for them there. The fact he started off with 49 HP to even win that duel versus Glaive, it looked like he was done for. That was great. Then calling from the flashbang from Cirque as well, enabling to get a second frag with 20 HP. That shouldn't be possible. But it's great teamwork, good communication, and Cirque just kind of holding back what his teammate can actually cause a dent there. That was really, really well played. It bought enough time for Breezy to push down middle and get that backstab going.
Let's keep track of the timeouts. That's number 2 called by Astralis in the first half alone. That's a stat I wouldn't normally reference, but it's something that you don't often see.
Yeah, to be clear, you get 4 per map. It isn't accumulated across the entire series.
Yeah.
For Inferno, Astralis will have 4. It's interesting using half of them already within the first 9 rounds of the game so far. So they obviously not feeling 100% confident just yet, but that's absolutely fine. The timeouts are there to recalibrate and work out what's going wrong.
And when you have such a valuable resource in the form of Sonic, why not tap in and hear what the legendary man himself has to say? The 6th man for Astralis. I'm a pet for EG. Pushing Axe is aggressive from Stan. Breezy was there alongside him. A double push towards apartments. They've considered this before. This is the first time it's really had the payoff they were looking for. Zipex, he's going to punish this though. It's so easy to bang. He has the support though of Dupree and Device. And so things will calm down. Glaive, he had great success from this position before. And just one man to receive them, gosh. This is rather standard. They'll boost Magisk up and he can nade Coffins or the CT corner from here.
Yeah, Astralis really did lead the way in terms of how the HEs could be used. We'll see if any damage is inflicted. One player going down on either side so far, but this looks like a full commitment now. Astralis with the Molotovs down, the incandescence of the flames protecting Ethan towards the new boxes. Tarek slides out the smoke. It's a double spray down Glaive. He's done it so many times at the B bomb site before. He will have to go absolutely huge here. First kill comes in. Problem is the bomb's down in a very problematic spot. Cirque can hear him as he recovers the bomb here. Jumps around the corner. Completely destroys him. 1 versus 1. Stanislaw, he's in towards CT spawn as well. Glaive, not sure his position, but a safe plant coming in. Fakes it out. 35 seconds, still plenty of time to work with here.
I swear, if he checks Banana, finds it clear, this is going to be, this decision by Glaive changes everything. It's A, it's A.
He's off.
He's made that choice. Had he returned to B, Stan would have found him, and now Stan seems to have sussed it out, got the read, double check it. Oh, this is just comedy!
Who's going where?
But what is going on? This is a sitcom. 15 seconds. Glaive, bomb on back, 3 frags, looking to go 1 versus 3. Stan's running, and the evil geniuses live up to the suffix. Perfect read from Stan, and he gets fired up. Another point made, actually. Reading the forums, people observed that, you know what? When was the last time in the previous jerseys, the previous teams, you saw Stanislaw this animated?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's jumping up, he's cheering, he's roaring, he wants this.
He's got some passion to him, that's for sure. This means a lot to him, but Glaive, he's going to be gutted with that one. That was so close. It couldn't be more well played as well. He did everything he could to Stanislaw. This is just repositioned and done such a great job in reading that situation. The Mages, though, looking to cause damage towards B once again, taking a lot of damage from the HE grenades, but still with 60 HP, so he's absolutely fine. They will both fall back, and Astralis focusing towards B once again. They're going to send everyone they've got, maybe for the quick execution. They've really tried to make this HE combo work towards a spawn position. Tarek, this time on top of the first oranges. Baited in by Ethan, who's playing from the pillar.
They like to mix it up. The B start on Inferno, it's iconic because of the fact you have to pair up.
They have to go for the B execution now. They've lost control and vision of the entire map. Even with 1 minute 10 on the clock, you can't really justify falling back. There's too much to check. Circus rotated in. He's going to be flashed through. This is a big play from him. Can't find the shot. He's going to have to rely on Tarek here.
Drops off, does manage to have the support of Ethan. They've got the players here, and they're putting the bullets in all the right places. It's a massacre. Astralis ripped as they approach the B side. Not a single player taken down by the geniuses. 9-2 on the CT side.
And that's exactly what I meant. As soon as you have 5 players towards that side of the map, you have no idea what information the CTs have got. You don't know if they're pushing behind you. You don't know if anyone's coming for a massive flank, or even they've got a key bit of intel, but it's pushing the apartments and seeing no one's there. Then, as soon as that rotation comes through, yeah, it's amazing individual play here from Ethan, but they had a solid read on that. Cirque takes all the aggro, they're pushing through that smoke and firing off a shot from CT spawn. They're going to be more focused on that than they are the bomb site itself. Ethan, with precision and grace, manages to get the first 2 shots. It baits Tarek in nicely as as well. And it's another clean sweep for EG. It's going to be Astralis surely on the eco at this point. I'm seeing some Deagles purchase, so that confirms it. It's at least a partial buy. But 9-2, this is looking very good for the North Americans now.
Half of the rounds Astralis have acquired so far was with pistols and smokes.
That's right.
The T side, yeah, but the T side, it has been met by bullets and a fantastic read so far from Evil Geniuses. They have their number, and fastest time from Device straight up there, gets the information. There's no one to contest early towards Banana. Re-aggression, always a possibility though. Device will back away through that smoke, doesn't want to take that solo mission, certainly not with his arsenal right now. CZ75 and Kevlar.
So, looking to replicate that success of the Deagles before. This time, not as well equipped. We'll see 2 smokes. Molotovs available. This one going towards the arch side and trying to flush out any AWPers on the corner. Cirque is towards arch, but he's much deeper, playing a more library-based position. 2 smokes remaining now, a couple of flashbangs, trying to get that mid-control. Presumably, they do fully commit towards A, but a smoke towards library, maybe one in front of the pits, flash over. The bomb's down towards the B side of the map right now. Magisk and Device will be on that side of the map as they start to rotate back as a group once again. So the 2 smokes will be used towards coffins, CT spawn, flash over, and hope you find the 1v. So that's pretty much all they can do. It's not exciting me that much at this stage because they don't have Molotov to really make it uncomfortable. These flashbangs will have to be unbelievable.
Well, first, very little to write home about. The smoke will affect Tarek's position. Ethan is going to get the first contact, and here comes the swarm of Danes. He does have Nubok to fall back to, and just as the attention swaps, so does Tarek. Pushes through the smoke, Ethan with the USP to convert. Just one man, no health, no hope. Glaive does find the first with his Deagle, but he's got 4 more to find, and no health. Does get himself the M4, and that's an opportunity. He's got 2 in the round. You only want to do any damage, but
he needs to die here.
5 seconds, he has to die. He's just going to hold the bomb and hope they kill him. And that's exactly what he gets. Gets what he desires, and so do EG.
Well, there it is. As you can see, Astralis trying to mix things up, trying to make it not as telegraphed there. Like I said, it was a pretty underwhelming approach considering they only had 2 smokes. Not much they could do with that. They tried to flash over first, make their way in through trying to make their way through a little bit there, and then dropping the smokes as they make their way through, just so they can maybe catch off the CTs. That's a bit loud, isn't it? Double AWP set up for the first time. It will be Cirque and Tarek as Stanistor continues to present aggression there. Flashbang towards D steps, and it will be him to push off this. Oh. 4 versus 3. Double AWP setup. M4s will be an advantage for Astralis at this stage. Ethan holding towards the barrel position. Device hunting this spot. Ethan has to hold his nerve. Swing out, doesn't get the quick kill he was looking for here. Fall back and takes a shot in the back, and towards 40 HP he'll go. 2 frags to his name so far. They know he's going to be low, and he's alone as well. He's going to be isolated. As we'll see Tarek rotating with the AWP. He's got a great gap. The bomb goes down. Can he find the second? Not quite, but there's opportunity there. This is looking fantastic. Tarek can't close it out. Magisk with 50 seconds on the clock has got enough to work with here. Molotov towards Banana so he can recover the bomb itself. C4 on the floor. Cirque ready and waiting. The smoke about to dissipate. Magisk will go for the plant. Does he push through? Over Cirque for now, but there it is. It's Cirque to finish things off. And it's going to be continued success here for EG. That's now going to be 6 rounds in a row. Alex, you back with us yet? Nope, nothing. Round 14 coming in, and we do have a very difficult time now for Astralis. They have to buy these last 2 rounds. They need at least the 11-4 if possible. 13-2 wouldn't really do it, but luckily with the maximum loss bonus and the bomb being planted, they do have a decent reservoir of cash here. Tarek had the chance to make things very, very exciting indeed with that 3rd shot. Oh, you are back.
He did.
Hi.
He did indeed. And I'm back. It's great to be back. 11-2. I'll turn it back up now. My ears have recovered. There we go. And we're back into the action with what seems to be Magisk eating utility. He had a Molotov in front. Rock in a hard place type situation as the HE landed behind him. Big 60 damage and thereabouts done to him. Operating for the rest of the round here, round 14. It's good to see Alvin and his chipmunks are in the Barclays Center today.
They made it all the way down.
They made it here. Celebrities.
Wow. Double up set up once again. Stanislav getting in front of that smoke. This could be a great play. I don't think they'll check this initially, but surely going to trade him out here. Advantage for Astralis, but not for long. 3 versus 3 again, but Breezy isolated in the corner, but that doesn't stop him. Second frag found. Advantage gathered for EG, looking for a 12-2 scoreline on Inferno.
If you'd have told me coming into this one that there would be 12 rounds on the board in the first half, I'd have told you Astralis. The desk anticipating Inferno to go the way of Astralis, and for good reason. I mean, they single-handedly revolutionized how the map is played, but Evil Geniuses, they learn from their opponent's strengths. And certainly have, and are demonstrating it here in the grand finals. This is going to be a 3 versus 2 disadvantage for Astralis. Trying to find their 3rd round here on the T side, but Tarek's ready. That's good. Jump does just put the bullet into the calves of Zipex. He can still operate, and now it all picked up Magis. Unforgivable miss. Cirque does it with the USP.
Yeah, you got to hit those ones, Alex. That was on a plate for him. It doesn't work out, and now he's left Zipex isolated. 13 seconds to his name. He's got to commit to this plan. Cirque can't justify pushing through. Oh, but now he can, applying that pressure, but it's cost him his life. He could have waited for his teammate there. Didn't have to go in.
Breezy's low as well. Cirque, full HP, has made that push without the opportunity for his teammate to trade, and Magis! Zipex falls to Breezy, so precise. He started that round, and he finishes it for Evil Geniuses. Darting back and forth from the pillar, and then saves the day from Cirque's misstep.
Yeah, you can see the pressure mounting on both sides now. That missed shot from Magis, that's going to be inside his head. I don't have to bang on about easy shots or anything like that, but by his standard, he's going to be kicking himself. He didn't connect that one. Cirque a bit of a misplay as well. If you're going to push through, you either do it as the bomb's being planted, or you wait until he's repositioned. But there it is. Breezy actually picking up the pieces there and managing to win out the 1v1 even with low HP. Ideally, you want it to work together there. Pins at the same time. Cirque a little bit impatient, but they still win the round, so no problem.
And talking of working together, their hold on middle, the way they had 2 towards Arch side, there was a trade from Stan, and just as all eyes towards Arch, you had Breezy appear from Quad. The way they're playing the CT side is gorgeous, and so is that from Ethan with the M4A1.
So overwhelming. It's the individual skill that's carrying EG through these rounds. They're having some fantastic calls as well. The calculated aggression being thrown in every now and then really is going to be playing in the minds of Astralis. They're not sure when it's coming through, and when it does, it's so agonizing to receive because every shot just seems to land. And Stanislav, what an absolute genius he is. He'll be pushing through and finding the advantage, but Dupree looking to steal it away.
He's going to have to do this through raw aim. He is insane. He's had a quiet game. Breezy shuts him down.
Yeah, Breezy's just looking so good right now.
Honestly, at this point, I'd be trying to avoid him.
Yeah.
Himself, Tarek, and Ethan all delivering the same frags, 14 and 15 between them. Slave and Zipex make it just Zipex to Ethan. Leaves Zipex with the impossible task. Sure, it's something he's known for. But to find 4 in this circumstance, the bomb's not even in his grasp. He does have a smoke and will choose to use it. That will give him a chance to obscure the Genius vision and maybe, just maybe, pick up that bomb unscathed. He does so with a knife in his hand. It enables him to move swiftly and effectively. 25 seconds, he's going to have to commit towards the B site now. It's confirmed, all CTs present. It's impossible, 2 from either side. He'd have to hit some ridiculous shots. They present it, double aggression. Ethan goes down as well. Flash high, they're not pushing. He catches himself. Tarek saves the day. 13 then to 2, Evil Geniuses. This is a huge statement, not only to Astralis, but to every Counter-Strike team. They have come into this grand final and thrown down 13. We're going to take a break so we can piece this one back together. When we come back, we'll see if EG can close it out, or if Astralis can bounce back.
one, welcome to the war game.
Welcome to the war game.
You're no ally of mine. Your life is a kind of lie, and I know that I won't change your mind. We have no common ground, and we're never gonna figure it out. So don't get friendly, get angry. I'll bury you down by the bar. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm at a fever pitch, you're at a leisurely pace. Unscathed and unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game.
Hometown heroes, Evil Geniuses are 3 rounds away from opening up the best of 5 grand finals live from New York, the Barclays Center with a win. Astralis, 2 rounds to their name after their attack, now standing on defense. The map Inferno, I'm Machine, he's Henry G, and this is a best of 5. It's only the first map, but,
yes.
if Evil Geniuses were to convert this, Henry, does this change the grand scheme of things? I mean, this is going to be such a momentum shift.
The fact they win it in this fashion, if they do get a 16-2 after winning the pistol here, this is the pick of Astralis. That's going to be in their mindset going forward here. And move with the Dust 2 next. And in terms of fragging, Astralis have barely warmed up yet. They haven't even had a chance to frag at this point. We'll get into the second half, ladies and gentlemen. If EG pick this pistol up, it's going to be a very, very fast first map here. They'll be entering a 4-set to Kevlar. And Flashbangs and a smoke, I believe, has already been deployed. And they send 5 players and a similar approach as Astralis. They're going for the big backstab themselves. Glaive opens things up, but Stanislaw is watching the flanks here, and he's doing a great job. Takes out Mages. 3 more CTs there.
He just stems the bleed completely. Stan, bullet into the brain of Glaive, puts it on a 3v2, advantage EG, and extended now by that bomb plant. The smoke separates them, but they're not ready. Dupree will trade, 2 in front of him, and Tarek deals. It will be 14. EG, they've won both pistols versus Astralis, and that is the first nail in Inferno's coffin.
Pick your poison time. You either take a full eco and have rifles in the next round, or you're going to do what I would say to suggest on Inferno. You're going to force by here with 5.7s, maybe an SMG or 2, and try and batten down the hatches here. This has to be a successful round here, and I can confirm the buy's coming through. Mag 7, UMP, MP9, 5.7, Deagle, an eclectic range of weaponry here, but we'll see if it works out for them. Inferno lends itself to the closer range weapons as opposed to maps like Mirage. It's going to be very close and difficult to overcome the CTs that are tucking themselves into the crevices of the map.
No one can say Counter-Strike's not got diversity, that's
exactly.
for sure. Running out of nades already on that CT side. It's a valuable resource, and sacrifices Astralis have made have put them in this dire circumstance.
Now remember as well, the only 2 rounds they picked up, one of those was with just pistols here. So they are well versed in winning these sort of rounds, but this is such a difficult obstacle to overcome. You lose this round, you're 15-2 down, and you're pretty much out of it. There's so much pressure lying in this round. Astralis will do everything they can as they have a 3-man setup towards B. Bomb's still down at T-steps. Although Evil Geniuses have the majority of their manpower on this side of the map, it doesn't necessarily suggest they'll be fully committing to it.
Keeps 3 CTs at B for now. Rather reminiscent of that of Astralis' T side. Leave the bomb spawn, poke, prod.
Now I like this from EG. Like, a lot of teams would be tempted in this sort of round to just go for a rush B or rush apartments. They're going to treat this like a methodical gun round.
Yeah.
They know how powerful Astralis are here. They know how clever they are as well. You don't want to run into a lion's den of a potential stack. You want to use the advantages you have here. The shotgun now detected towards quad. You want to potentially avoid that or just remove the head of Dupree. That also works very effectively.
That's one way to avoid it. You can't be avoiding Device, though. Certainly not for Breezy. So Device with that frag, they know exactly where he is. He does scavenge away an AK-47, but he hasn't got a single teammate to help him with this project. Bomb will go down in the hands of Stan.
No kits, remember.
And so they're going to have to move quickly. Device.
Did they save it with the AK?
I mean, we aren't seeing signs.
I think they are.
Yeah, we aren't seeing signs. Magisk is still on T-ramp. Glave's got his knife out and he's walking around to second mid. Yeah,
that's some discipline right there.
Wow.
You're conceding map point just to save an AK and a UMP. Like, fair play. It's like probably the best choice you have. Without the kit there, it's pretty much impossible to win that round, right? But still,
playing the percentages.
You'd expect almost every team to go for that. But that's going to be map point already for EG.
We say Astralis play the percentages. Well, here's a great demonstration. With 4 players still standing, numbers advantage. For the retake, they just crunch it. They realize damage has been done, weapons suck. They have retrieved a weapon for the next, and with no kits, they weren't willing to risk it. And so it will be map point for Evil Geniuses on round 18.
They barely had a chance to get warmed up. We'll have a look at the frag charts while we're here. Tarek, 17, Ethan, 16, Breezy, 15, Stanislaw, 13, Cirque, 12. Everyone's firing on all cylinders here. It's so overwhelming to play against one of the most talented array of players you'll ever come across. It's such a fantastic unit that seems revitalized since joining the Evil Geniuses organization. They'll come into this round with 3 rifles, 2 SMGs up against the Savage AK as Magus looks to apply pressure towards B. He might find a second kill with the flames there. Stanislaw down to 5. Brings it still to a 4 versus 4. Molotov's deployed to deny any weapon being picked up here from the CD side. Good flashbang. Does take down Stan eventually.
That was ballsy from Magisk. Staring down the barrel of 15 and you're rushing Banana. Stan stemmed it, but with the advantage now in the hands of Astralis, Zipex with a deep smoke feels comfortable picking himself up the M4. It's Glaive, excuse me. Of course, you can see what it's all about. So many maps before that trophy's lifted. Certainly if EG take Astralis as a map pick away from them, things get real interesting. Can't wait to hear what the desk has to say about this one, should it conclude soon. Never doubt Astralis, but Tarek.
Open sight.
Let's get the frag. Whether or not they'll react on this, they don't necessarily have the information starting to piece it together. They clear, Sandbags clear, Cirque holding W. He will try and join that smoke with a flash. I think there's a gap though. It's going to be exploited. Device, he gets it. Bomb loose. They can still cross though. The fact there isn't any resistance from behind makes Cirque feel comfortable punching in the digits, at least faking it. Team flash and a push now from Device. The timing's so good. Cirque though lives on to fight another day, to plant another bomb. 2 frags away from quite the statement from EG. Just Dupree and Zipex to save Astralis here in New York on map 1, their map pick. Starting to push. Zipex on construction. Dupree's going to be the first contact. A 5-7, they have the kits. Smoke as well. Dupree can apply pressure with the smoke in the kit, that's for sure. Starting to push. Zipex gets the info on 1. Second orange is eliminated. It's just Breezy down and Cirque left to save. They can't. Do they have the time? They certainly do have the kit. And all should be good in the hood. Astralis fight on again.
Well, there it is. They do survive. Evil Geniuses won't close it out just yet. Dupree and Zipex keep the dream alive here, but money not quite broken yet. It's not in a fantastic spot for EG. They could force this and go for a faster play and try and close it out as quickly as possible, but it looks like they might be taking a more tentative approach. I do see the Krieg and AK purchase, but let's have a look. I'm sure the analysts were just skewing over that smoke having a gap towards the city spawn area. That happens way too much here, and you do see it punished time and time again. You can't necessarily detect it when you throw it on the fly. fly like that, but it can cost you your life if that gap is present.
Even at the very tippy top of Counter-Strike, we're seeing gaps.
That's why we had to set smokes to that kind of position, because then you can guarantee it'll be in the same spot every time. You do throw it on the fly, most of the time it'll be fine, but you can't actually see it from the angle of your position that it's actually got that horrible gap in there. That cost them the round, essentially. That one kill could be the difference maker.
I mean, that was, Device getting that frag enabled them to slow the round down. Stan looks to speed this round up with the CZ75. A fully bought up Glaive just eliminated right out the get-go. Sucks with the creep, connecting. Leaves just 3 Danes, make it 2 Danes. They take the fight and absolutely works out for Breezy. Zipex and Magisk, and what is that, Zipex? He has a real go of this. He's not done just yet. Magisk on the other side, they're taking 1 each.
A 5-on-2 situation, of course. Zipex finds the Magic. And now we hit the 1-minute mark. Advantage still for EG. Tarek only with the CZ, however. Zipex and Magisk will have a little bit of utility. They've got 1 smoke and an incendiary between them, and a couple of HEs as well. We know how well versed they are on those weapons. The problem is for Astralis right now, they know that they have to be separated. They can't play the same bomb site together. It'd be too much of a rotation. So EG just need to pick 1 bomb site and at least just trade this out.
Right.
Even if it comes down to a 1 versus 1, they'll have the advantage knowing the other player will be on the other side of the map. Smoke towards spawn. This time, you're going to assume there's no gap there. I don't think it'll matter either way because it'll be Zipex positioned towards the coffins. He's smoked out as well. And here we go, 20 seconds remaining. It looks like this will be the final play. Zipex taken down. That should be GG. But it's Magisk now. He's got the incendiary, HE, and a smoke, but he's so far away. He's going to have to make noise here, and you can see the positioning of EG. I don't see a world where they lose this one, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have a good feeling for where they're going to be positioned, but it's a very different question of finding the frags. Is he ready for Tarek's corner? I'm not sure. Towards the logs, Molly towards new box. It's made no secret, and Tarek, wow, what is that from Magisk? Quick flick, it's not enough. Evil geniuses take Astralis down on their map pick. Inferno, not just that, not just the map win, but the scoreline. It's 16-3, Henry. EG, home soil.